Hello everyone, welcome to Online Study for You, a complete placement solution. So today we have a very special guest with us, that is Arpita De. She is from Kolkata and she has secured top 4 MNCs placements already like Capgemini, Accenture, TCS and Cognizant. So this video is going to be her interview experiences, what was the process that she applied for and how much time did it take, and she will be sharing her guidance and tips for all of you. So this video is going to be very informative and interesting for all of you, so please be with us till end and let us start this video. So in every interview we start with a brief introduction, so I will request Arpita to please introduce herself briefly. Arpita, can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, definitely. I am Arpita De. I am from West Bengal. I have pursued my BTech in Computer Science and Technology from MCAV Institute of Engineering, and I secured placement in four top MNCs like Capgemini, Cognizant, Accenture, and TCS. And that's it about myself.
Okay, so first of all, Arpita, very congratulations to you that you have secured top 4 MNCs placement. That is very rare nowadays. So, as we all know that this video is going to be focused on only on Accenture interview experiences, and we will be coming up later with other experiences as well. So, this video is going to be for Accenture only. So we will be knowing everything about Accenture process, when did she applied and all the process, the rounds that were hard, or what was her suggestion. We will be taking her all suggestions and opinions that you will be able to secure placements like her. So Arpita, can you please tell us that when did you apply for this?
So I applied in Accenture on 15th on February when the PADA role was open for the first time, and they sent me rejection mail eventually after it that I am not shortlisted for this position. So later on, I came to know that there are some glitches in the system. That's why they have done it. And on 3rd of April, they have sent me that I am shortlisted for this position. And after that, on 30th of April, they send me the assessment details of the the cognitive assessment, which is the logical that assessment they have sent me on May 30th, and it was scheduled on May 3, 2024 at I took the slot of 7 p.m. So it was on that, and after that they sent me the communication mail that the communication assessment within 2 to 4 days, and after that they sent me the interview details, and it was on 10th of May. They sent me the interview slot selection mail. I have to select the slot, and I selected on 14th of May, 11:20 a.m. So that was the procedure.
So I think that it took a long time because she has applied on February and then she got the rejection mail. I don't know how this process is going to be because Accenture is following some random process and they are having some technical glitches. So after that, Arpita received her congratulations mail or the cognitive assessment after 2 months in the April. Okay. Then she has got the cognitive assessment, communication assessment, and the interview completed in the month of May. Then, when did you receive the offer letter? First of all, tell me that.
So I received the offer letter this week only. So the interview was on 14th of May, and they declared the result on 14th of July. So it was a long process.
Okay, so again, 2 months for the result declaration or the offer letter. Okay, so she hasn't got any joining letter till now. So we will be knowing the process, like how did she prepare for the cognitive round or the communication round, and how was her coding. So we will be knowing everything. So Arpita, can you please tell us that what kind of difficulties that you faced in the cognitive assessment? Like, what do you want to suggest for the students that are going to appear for this exam next?
Accenture cognitive assessment is not that much tough. You have to prepare your logical reasoning very clearly, because they ask question from logical reasoning, and there was a section of pseudocode, and you have to prepare the pseudocode like the previous pseudocode that comes into Accenture. If you practice them, it is enough for cracking the Accenture exam. And you can't solve all 20 pseudocodes, so you will solve around 9 to 10 pseudocodes, and that will be fine, because the pseudocodes are really long to solve. And after that, the codings, if you clear the cognitive assessment, then only you get the mail for the coding round. And immediately they send you the mail that you have uh, you have cleared the cognitive assessment. That's why you are getting the coding down.
Putting
And
out.
the coding down was pretty much easy, because my first question was BMI calculator, which is a very easy code. And secondly, there was a question, I don't recall same, but it was using the hash map. So it was a little bit difficult, but I have solved around 1.5 question, because in the first question all test cases passed, but in the second question there were two test cases, one only passing, but the another one is not passing. I took 30 minutes to solve it, but it was not. I don't know what was the problem at that time, but it was not passing. So I cleared 1.5 question I have solved with the.
Okay, so as Arpita said that the coding assessment was easy almost. Like there were two questions. One is for the beginner level, and the second one maybe some medium to advanced level. So she got to solve the 1.5 question. First question was easy to solve, so she passed all the test cases. And for the second one, she doesn't know what happened, but she was able to do one or two test cases, I guess. And then she is suggesting that in the pseudocode part, that in the cognitive assessment round, for the first round, that pseudocodes are very long, right? So as you all know that pseudocodes take a lot of time to calculate, so we need to save time for the other sections, right? So for the reasoning section, or for the logical aptitude section, abstract reasoning section, we need to save some time for that, because if we save some time, then we will be able to solve the 20 questions. So as Arpita said that out of 20 questions, many people or most of the people are able to solve only 9 to 10. So if you are able, and still she got the coding assessment round, means that if you are able to do at least 9 to 10 questions correctly, then you will be getting the coding assessment round. So you have to make sure that you make sure that you need to save some time for the pseudocode part, and so that you can solve the pseudocodes correctly, because it is too long to solve and it will take much time of your time, right? So out of the 1 hour and 30 minutes, like the assessment may be of 90 minutes, right, Arpita?
Yeah, yeah, it
Yeah,
was
so
90
for
minutes.
within 90 minutes, you need to save some time for the pseudocode part always. And I will suggest that you need to practice the aptitude round and the reasoning things from anywhere you get free resources, or you are doing some paid courses, but you need to practice it so that in the examination you try to do it faster, so that you can be able to solve more questions in the pseudocode part. Otherwise, there are sectional cutoff. If you don't meet the sectional cutoff, you will not be getting the coding assessment curve, right? Okay. So now, can you please tell us about the communication assessment, like how it was? It was hard or something, like anything you want to say about it?
No, communication round was pretty easy, but the problem is students in that the in Accenture communication round doesn't matter, so they give it anyway. But you have to be serious about communication round, because this year Accenture rejected many people based on the communication round. Even after giving interview very good, and their cognitive assessment was very good, but they got rejection mail because of the communication round only. So you have to be very serious about the communication round. And it was a easy round. They will say some sentence, you have to repeat after them. They will ask some question, that very common easy questions, and you have to say it. Then article preposition, and at the end they will say that they will give you a scenario. You have to talk about it around 5 minutes, and they will give you 30 seconds to think about it also. So it was a easy round, but only thing is you have to take it seriously.
Okay. So many people are thinking that the communication assessment is not an elimination round, so we can give it anyway, and we don't have to think about it. So from this year only, Accenture has already decided that collectively all the scores of for each and every round, they will be going to the interview, and after the interview, they will see for all of the rounds, and only after they meet the total cutoff, then only they will be getting the selection mail. So I will suggest everyone, don't underestimate English and don't underestimate the communication round. Give it very seriously because it is very easy, as Arpita is also saying, and we know that there are only grammatical things like comprehension or some open questions or some grammatical preposition article and those things. So those are very basic questions. So if you are able to do that, please do it seriously now. Kyuki, if there are something happening in the assessment, then it has something relevant to it and it has significant, otherwise they won't be taking this assessment, right? They don't need to take this assessment. And English speaking nowadays a very crucial thing, because in each and everything, whenever you are working in the corporate, you have to speak in English because everyone understands English. No one understands your regional language or your mother tongue, right? So you have to keep in mind that communication round, you have to give it very seriously, and those who are not good at English or grammar, I will suggest them to read some newspaper or try to talk in English and think about it. Or you can say yourself, right? So you don't need anyone to practice for it. So, and many free resources are available on the YouTube as well, that how the thing is going on in the Accenture, what kind of software they are using for it. And like it is a AI proctor test, as I know. So it is very easy to clear. So please take it very seriously. Now we will be moving on to the interview section. So Arpita, can you please tell us about your interview? Yeah.
Yeah, my interview was on May 14th and 11:40 a.m. So I joined there 15 minutes before, and my interviewer came 5 minutes beforehand. So it is very important to join the lobby 15 minutes before. Before that, you can't join the lobby, but 15 minutes before you can join the lobby, and it is very crucial to join there because if the interviewer came beforehand and he or she doesn't see you, she will leave the meeting and your interview will be postponed or never be scheduled. So that is a problem. And also the interview was very easy. She at first she asked me that how is my day going, and she asked me that are you nervous. So I said yes ma'am, a little bit. So she said no, don't be nervous, it is just a communication between you and me. So it was very good experience. And after that she asked me for my introduction, and I prepared introduction for every interview. And my introduction was about at first I tell my name, then from where I belong to, and then my course and curriculums I have done in my academics. And then the thing I know, like Java, object oriented programming, DBMS, I highlighted them because if the interviewer is I want the interviewer to know that I know these things, he or she can ask me question from that. So I mentioned that things in my interview always. And after that, my a project which is highlighted in your academics, that this project is the best project of mine. So you can mention that project also, that this project I have done, and this is the technology stack of the project. And after that I told my about my hobby, and I conclude the whole introduction part. And after that she asked me about my project, that the project I have done. So I thoroughly explained her the project. She was not at all that much interested about the technological part. She asked me about that the feedback from a mentor about their project. So I told her that these are the feedbacks of my mentor, and she told us to do some better things in this part. So she asked me that you are going to do that, right? So I said yes ma'am, I am definitely gonna work on it. And after that she asked me that if I have any kind of presentation skill. So I say her that in my Smart India hackathon or my projects during my final year, I have always presented the project to the judges or the mentor. So it was not a problem for me, the presentation skill. And then she asked about the reallocation, that if I can relocate. I definitely said yes ma'am, I can. Then she asked me that if I ask you to learn a new skill, then how will you gonna learn that? So I say that ma'am, if you I at first I will go and research about the skill. I will take one day for it, because if you are learning a new skill, then it is very important to know that these things I have to learn in this skill. So at first I will gonna research about it, then on the second day I will look for the resources which are best to learn that skills. Either they are free or they are paid, so I will conclude them all, and from the third day I will start learning that skill properly, from the basic to advanced. So this way I answered this question. And then she asked me about what do you know about Accenture. So at that time I researched about Accenture fully, and I told her that Accenture was established on this year, the headquarters is there. Currently the headquarters is here, the current CEO, the revenue of Accenture of the current financial year. So all that things I have said her, and she said
You
you
have
have done a
researched
good research on
already.
Accenture.
Yeah.
Yeah. She also told me that. And at the end she asked me that any question for me, and then I told her that yes ma'am, in this recession every company is layoffing their employees. So what is the scenario in Accenture? So she also answered it in a very good way, that if you do your work, no one can gonna sack you. So this kind of answers she gave me, and after that my interview was ended.
Okay. So from her interview, I guess I can understand the thing that first the interviewer tried to make her comfortable in this interview so she doesn't get nervous to answer. Like many times it happens that जो candidate होता है, the candidate is very confident about it and she or he is very well prepared. But whenever they're facing the interviewer, they get nervous, okay, and they can't speak the basic things also. So the interview that Arpita had, she also tried to make her comfortable, and then she started asking questions from it. And in the introduction part, that as Arpita said, that Arpita has mentioned each and everything that was relevant to her skill and each and everything that she had most of the knowledge. Okay, so I will suggest each and every one of you that resume is the only paper that will for showcase your skills and your strengths and positivity. Okay, so if you write any kind of fake things or any kind of false skills there, then it will be only create a bad impact for you only. Okay, because the resume will be showing to the interviewer, and the interviewer will definitely start questioning you on the basis of what you have written in the resume. So try to write only the things you know. Don't try to make impression that will not be good for you. Okay, and also that Arpita also said that try to move the conversation on your favor. So the interviewer asks you questions from that only. Like she has already mentioned that Java, OOPS, and DBMS is her skill. Okay, she is well known about all of this, and then she mentioned her project. So as the interviewer was not very interested in her project, so or the technical things that she has been using in it, so it may be possible that they will start asking you from your skills, right? It is not mandatory that they will question you only on the project, right? So it is based on the interviewer what they want to ask you. So if you write anything wrong in the skills and they start questioning about you, then they will understand that you have written something fake or written something false that will not create a good impact on the interviewer, right? And Arpita has already said that she has done some machine learning project, and then she was also participating in the Smart India hackathon. So the interviewer was very curious about it, and they tried to question about it. So try to make the interviewer interested in you or curious about you, what you have done. So if the interviewer is very interested in what you have done in your academics or something extracurricular activities in your academics time, so they will be interested, and this is a good sign for your selection. Okay, so if you want to get selected, so you need to have some interesting things in your resume. I'm not telling that do 100 of things, do some internships, do some work experience, have some thing or know all the technologies. No, that is not possible. Okay, because in practical life we are human and we cannot learn everything in a minute. So we need to understand that what we need to write in the resume and what can make a good impression of you. Okay, and then Arpita also said that she has participated in the Smart India Hackathon. So if you have also participated in some coding competition or anything else, like in your inter college fest competition or some singing competition or anything you have participated in your academics, you please write that. Okay, don't think that it is a engineering level role, or you have to do only the coding part. No, that is not a mandatory thing. If you do something extra, they will be definitely interested in you, and they will see the potential that yes, other than academics, or other than knowing the coding skills or learning some new technologies, you can do some other things also. So they will be knowing that yes, you are ready to get new skills. Okay, you are ready to learn some new skills. So this is a very important part, as Arpita said. So I will not talk anymore. Okay, so I will now ask Arpita that how online study for you has helped her in her preparation. So we will get to know that if online study for you is actually helping you or not. So Arpita, can you please tell us that how much we have helped you, or how did you find it helpful, like online study for you? Yes.
Online study for you, they have some resources like really they the paid course level in the YouTube channel. There are some resources on logical reasoning, quantitative aptitude and coding questions. They are really a paid level, but sir make it very public. And after, also the guidance from Pratik sir is really appreciable, because you can ask him any question anytime, he will gonna answer it. And he guides student in very good way, that any topic that are needed to make a video, Pratik sir is the first one to make a video on it. So it is, if you are preparing for placements and if you don't follow online study for you, then it will be gonna tough for you. And many students can't afford the paid courses, so they can prepare from the online study for you YouTube channel only. So it is or following online study for you is a must thing if you are preparing for your placements in CSC department. So that is.
Okay, so as Arpita said that she hasn't taken
If,
any paid course from us. Did you take any paid course from us, Arpita? Can you please confirm it?
no, I haven't taken any paid course from sir. I only prepared from the YouTube materials, and
Okay.
before Accenture, I have given an interview to Pratik sir, and it was really helpful. Sir told me that they will not gonna ask you a single technical question, and that happened in interview. That they didn't ask me a single technical
Technical
question.
questions, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So Accenture's interview is totally focused on some HR questions and a little bit of your project questions, but they basically they don't ask technical questions. But I won't suggest you to not get prepared for the technical ones, because always stay prepared. It may possible that the project you have done, the interviewer doesn't know about it, so they will definitely ask you from the technical questions only. So you will get prepared, but I will say that they ask very basic questions if they are asking from the technical ones also. So after that, Arpita is saying that she hasn't taken any kind of paid course from us, as it is not scripted. I am telling you guys always. So it is not scripted, and Arpita has already used the resources that are available on the YouTube. That is for free and that is for everyone. Okay, so I will suggest everyone that the free resources that are available on the YouTube, like quantitative aptitude and the logical reasoning part, and also the verbal ability things are also there. So we are always trying to put some efforts and always trying to give the updates as soon as possible. We get the update or the internet has it. So we are always trying to put some effort, and we are always the one who comes first at uploading any kind of update videos, right? So and we are always there for our students, like we are always trying to know their what are they facing, what kind of confusion they are having, or what are the doubts. So we try to make videos upon that. And other than that, we are also making some educational videos like aptitude, she said, verbal ability, quantitative aptitude, reasoning, and all of the things are already available, and they also have some playlist over there, right? So you can prepare from a compact thing, right? If you are preparing for some companies and you get it in one place, then it becomes easier to prepare, right? So it is very easier to prepare for the placements. And as you all know that Arpita has already secured 4 top MNCs, and she hasn't taken any kind of paid course from us. So I will this is just to inform you guys that we are not for the students that only pay us, not that kind of thing. We are always for each and every student that seeks our assistance or any kind of help. We are always there. Team Online Study for is always working for you, okay? And we will be suggesting all of you that she has already given an Accenture mock interview before her interview. So I will suggest that this kind of mock interviews are very important. If you are not buying the paid course, but you can try some mock interviews as well. This is very less, okay? The amount is not very high, but I am suggesting you for to take the mock interview only because it gives you a real interview experience. Also, you will be getting some guidance and tips, as Pratik sir has already given to Arpita, that no technical questions will be asking, or if you are making any kind of mistakes in your gesture or in your sitting position or in your talking, like if you are not getting nervous, then Pratik sir will definitely guide you like how to be in the interview or how to behave or how to talk, like everything he will be suggesting you. So this is going to be helpful for all of you. So this video was until I will complete this video. Firstly, I will be congratulating Arpita, that congratulations that you have secured so many good placement offers, and we will be coming up later with the all interview experiences that she has, and I will be knowing that which interview was the most tough for her. So she will be telling us also that. And this way we will be ending this video. So I hope that this video is going to be is already very helpful for all of you if you are till this time. So please be with us and do subscribe to our channel to get more contents like this. So I will tell everyone to join Online Study for You. Watch Online Study for You's video so that you also get top MNC placements like Arpita. So till then, we are going to meet in the next video. Till then, bye.